That is a difficult task. We can't, I'm just going to take notes if that's okay while we're going on. I want to make sure that I don't forget what the good people of Blanding had on their minds. Once you set up an entitlement system like the one that we have, you create a set of circumstances in which people depend on them. You can't just take them away. You can't just make them disappear overnight. That is unfair to America's most vulnerable, including a number of people who have been made vulnerable and made dependent on these very programs. If you're going to reform them, if you're going to cut the amount of money that you're spending on those programs, it has to be done gradually. And it has to involve state governments. I think the most effective way of doing that might in many circumstances involve gradually transitioning funding and managerial authority over programs like that to the states. You see, states have what we call general police powers, the power to enact such laws as the respective state legislatures might deem fit. We don't have those in Congress. The states do. It makes more sense in many respects, in many instances, for them to fund those programs. But the transfer of funding authority and any cuts that are made to those programs have to be implemented gradually. You can't do it all at once. What we do know is that staying on our current course isn't going to work, because in addition to our estimated $15 trillion debt, we have unfunded entitlement liabilities. That is, obligations called for by current law for people who are alive today in excess of what our tax system is capable of collecting. Those unfunded liabilities have been estimated as high as 70 to 110 trillion dollars. There simply is not that much money around to make that work. In other words, unless we reform what we've got, we're going to bankrupt the system that we've got, and we're going to bring about a situation in which a lot of people will face much more immediate, abrupt, draconian cuts once we reach the natural mathematical limits of our borrowing capacity. And that will, at the end of the day, be more inhumane than anything else we might do. So it does have to be done gradually. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, tell me your name when you...
Larry Sorrell.
Yes. We go way back. It's good to see you, Larry.